Hey guys, welcome back. It is already time for the second game the British and Irish Lions are playing in South Africa. They are playing the Sharks this weekend. I think probably the second biggest game they'll face between the franchises. I think the next game against the Bulls is probably going to be the biggest one. The Sharks, they are the biggest contributors of Springboks to the current Springbok team of 45. So they do have a lot of missing players, but there is still a pretty good squad. Looking at the two squads, by the way, you can see the British and Irish Lions, they changed everything yet again, as expected, getting that last three players their debut. So meaning after this Wednesday, the whole group has had at least one game for the Lions so far. If you look at the Sharks, they basically have the team that played last time out against the Western Province, which is the Stormers, where they lost by 31-32. Buthelezi, that's the only change. Their young captain, the stand-in captain, while Lukhanyo isn't there because he's there at the Springboks. That's the only change to their starting team. Looking up front, we have the British and Irish Lions. They have Vunipola, Cowan-Dickey and Ferguson. They came on last week and they pretty much improved the game. I actually thought the South African Lions would have a pretty good bench coming on at scrum time, but that wasn't the case. The Sharks, though, they have a powerful scrum in the form of Mona, Mbata, and Mchunu, especially Mchunu. You won't say it, but a very powerful scrummager there. In the line-out time, though, it could be a bit of a task for the Sharks because they do face stiff opposition in Henderson and Beard, who's also making his debut this week around. But I do think Ruben van Heerden and Andrews, both of them, let's say in a normal situation where you wouldn't have a country where you have the likes of Eben Etzebeth, Loet de Jager, RG Snyman, and all those guys, you would probably have seen these type of guys in the Springbok squad. So Ruben van Heerden and Andrews, they are pretty good at line-out time. And the Lions last week around, they had funky moves to try and really nail the South African Lions at that facet of play, which isn't their strongest suit. The Sharks, though, they are powerful at line-out time and they can really fight back there, especially with number 7, Bolly, and Buthelezi at number 8, both of them also being quite good at line-out time. James Venter at number 6, a powerful guy when it comes to breakdown time. I think 2 years ago or so, I thought he was going to be a Springbok pretty soon. A couple of injuries have kind of halted that a bit. He's up against Josh Navidi. Tom Curry, we know what he can do at breakdown time. Always a big threat there. And it's going to be stiff opposition for the Sharks when it comes to that. Sam Simmons, you know what you can get with him with the British and Irish Lions. He can just score tries. Last week, he had some powerful runs for them as well. So it's a big task for Buthelezi as well. Buthelezi is quite quick. If you do give him a little bit of an inch, too big of an opening, he will run through and score a try himself. He's very quick. Probably center like. Jaden Hendrikse, if I had to pick the third best number 9 South Africa has on offer, I would pick Jaden Hendrikse above Herschel Yankees, above Nohamba, who is this guy's teammate. Both of those guys are in the Springbok squad, but I do think Jaden Hendrikse is probably a bit better at this stage. That's the older brother of Jordan Hendrikse, who's the number 10 for the Lions that played last week. So Jaden Hendrikse and Cohen Bosch, who's also a Springbok, is a big and good combination for the Sharks there. They could really take it to Gareth Davies and Dan Vigor, especially Jaden Hendrikse. He does play a lot like a legend in South Africa, Joost van der Westhuizen. He takes a ball up and he's very physical for a number 9, very big for a number 9 as well, and he has a bit of weight behind him as well. I think he's probably heavier than Cohen Bosch actually. Cohen Bosch, you have a bit of flair there as well. He is very good at that pinpoint cross kicks as well. Big boot on him, and he gets that little chip and chases through as well. The Lions will need to cover behind their own line because otherwise there could be a lot of threat in that back line because the Sharks' threat is their back line. Going to the rest of the back line for the British and Irish Lions, Dan Biggar, always good. He's probably the first choice number 10 for the British and Irish Lions at the moment. If not Farrell, we're not sure what they're going to do there. Bundy Aki at number 12, very physical runner. Marius Lowe, though, he is a very good tackler in my opinion. He's very good when it comes to his defensive game, not so much in attack. Elliot Daly, his big boot comes in handy for the British and Irish Lions. He's up against Jeremy Ward, who's captained the team for the Sharks a couple of times so far. Not as good as but he's started most of the games when isn't there. He plays a 12-13 role as well. Out wide for the British and Irish Lions, South African Duan van der Merwe plays his first game back on home soil. Anthony Watson on the other wing. That's two very dangerous wings for the British and Irish Lions. Then the two wingers for the Sharks, they have Werner Kok, the legend when it comes to the Blitzboks in the 7th circuit, not making his name so known in the 15s yet, but he is quite a physical guy. He tackles very hard. So Duan van der Merwe up against him, that is a pretty good battle over there. I hear a taxi also thinks that's a big battle. Takir Abrams, he's a little hot stepper at 11. Haven't seen him too much. He's still a very young player. The Sharks are known for delivering a lot of wings for the Springboks, so Takir Abrams may be a future star. Mani Lebok being the other number 10 for the Sharks. Usually he's back on number 15. Not that he knows the role. He plays there quite a lot. Up against Liam Williams, so a kicking game can be quite good here because Lebok, he does play a good kicking game. Is he going to be in position though? That is the big question. He's not that big playmaker that Liam Williams is for the British and Irish Lions. When you get to the two benches, Ken Owens, he plays yet again, this time off of the bench, and you can see that he's probably one of the preferred players at the moment. Sutherland at number 17, Tad Furlong at number 18, so strong front row to bring on for the British and Irish Lions. They are up against a strong front row themselves of the Sharks. Kieran van Vieren probably being the best hooker for the Sharks. He's back on the bench for them. Chunu, the brother of the starting prop, is on the bench. And then Herbst, a very strong scrummager, on number 18. Then some big bulk lock at JJ van der Mesht at number 19. Yes, he's very big. You can maybe Google his stats. He's on number 19 up against Tad Byrne. JJ van der Mesht, he adds that bit of weight, that bit of grunt when they go forward with the ball. Ranil Higu, just the other day, he scored a hat-trick, the lock. So they have two locks on the bench. They are really targeting line-out time, targeting to break that facet of play down for the Lions here. Dylan Richardson, another forward. So the Sharks go with a 6-2 split. Dylan Richardson, he is a hooker slash number 6, so slash fetcher in South Africa. Very good at the fetching role. Very good number 6. Very powerful there as well. If he latches onto the ball, there's no way you get him off of that. Jack Conan at number 20. Connor Murray, the new tour captain, is at 21. Stuart Hogg, what a brilliant game he had last week as the captain, the number 15. Just chasing down Sangweni last week. Chris Harris, he's at number 23. Grant Williams, and then Anthony Volmonk at number 23. Who would have thought a year and a half ago when he was playing for the Griquas that he would be playing against the British and Irish Lions this year. Guys, this game is also in the Emirates Airline Park in Johannesburg, so this is not the home for the Sharks. All the games are kind of being played in Gauteng and in the Western Cape, so both teams being away, both teams will probably be affected by altitude, maybe the Sharks even more in this one, though they are probably more used to playing there out of being playing there the whole season. Jaco Peyper, he's the referee for this one, the best referee in South Africa, one of the best in the world as well, so you won't have strange calls like last week. I think we know whatever the score is at the end, it is pretty settled that should have been the score at the end of the day. Guys, getting into a prediction here, I do not think the British and Irish Lions are going to win this far this week around. They changed everything again. The Sharks are stronger than the Lions' team, the Sigma Lions team. So I think the British and Irish Lions to win this one by, let's say, 20 points. Let me know your prediction down in the comments below. Also, check out these videos next to me. Hit the subscribe button if you do like the channel. And then I'll see you for the next one. Cheers.